To show you how to itemize against enemy heroes. If you watch the last few games, before that I was constantly losing a lot, and I was wondering why. One of the reason is I was building the same item build again and again for every game. Once I started building item for the enemy heroes, I started winning a lot. So if you see, I have some wins because I started copying what the pro players do. So how to find out what to build against certain heroes? You can learn from pro players. For example, I go to you can use Dota buff and Dota 2 pro tracker for this as well. So if you go to Dota buff, let's say let's look at the last game. So last game, even though I lost, I had a good score. Um, in my last game, I have Terrorblade in the enemy team, and then Bloodseeker in the enemy team, Slaughter in the enemy team. So the main threat are Terrorblade and Bloodseeker. So as you see the game, you see who is going to have most impact. It's probably the Bloodseeker or the Terrorblade. So now I go and look for this Bright King guide. I'm looking for the gameplays that Bright King played against Terrorblade or Bloodseeker. So here I notice whenever Bright King plays against Terrorblade, they are choosing the Bone Guard. I understand the reason why because in this game I chose the Spectral Blade as the um, face set. The issue was they're giving a lot of pressure. You see that this guy pushes a lot, and this guy also has a golem and everything, and this guy is very fast. So it's going to be a very difficult game to handle. That's why this Bone Guard is much better than Spectral Blade for the specific game because this Bone Guard will give the pressure back to them, give them the pressure. So you have room to farm and build the item you want and stuff like that. So that's one of the mistake. Like I didn't have enough time to go through. I was looking for the Bloodseeker, but I couldn't find any Bloodseeker. And here again, you see there's a Terrorblade in the enemy team, and this guy going for the Bone Guard. Okay, so that seems like a common thing against do against Terrorblade because Terrorblade is a great pusher. He's gonna apply a lot of pressure. So having a Bone Guard, and you see any pressure heroes like if there's a Brute Mother, Bone Guard is good. Um, and if there's a Beastmaster, the Bone Guard is good. But Bone Guards are offlane. Like if they're playing offlane, they're definitely gonna go for Bone Guard because the offlane one of the offlane job is giving the pressure, creating space and stuff. So all the offlane are gonna go for Bone Guard, but mostly safe lane go for the Spectral Blade. But if there are pressure heroes in the enemy team, Bone Guard is better option. So here you see there's a Lycan in the enemy team and the Beastmaster. These guys are giving a lot of pressure, so Bone Guard is good. So wherever the pressure, okay. So that's one of the pattern I noticed, and like that, Uh, so whenever you see something like that, like I should have just copied. Like I looked for Bloodseeker, I didn't find it. Then I wanted to go to Dota Protractor and find it as well. In the Dota Protractor, you can just go there and click Wraith King. You can type the Wraith King and go there. And then here you have to just type this and get rid of this pros only. Make it all player and this Bloodseeker. So I don't see any game against Bloodseeker. So I type Terrorblade. So there are two games against played against Terrorblade, and one game was Bone Guard, one game was without it. So I chose this one here. But now I think Bone Guard would have been better because I ended up losing the game because there was a lot of pressure. My team couldn't able to handle it, so we end up losing it. So every game you just copy the itemization before the game starts. You copy the itemization. So you just follow, look at the order. You get the magic one first, bracer second, and then get the Facebook radiance. I usually just go radiance and blink dagger, but here Radiance and the Desolator. I see this. It has great damage and everything, and it works well with the uh, this spectral blade. So that was a good thing. But even though this build is not as bad, the facet is also like very good. But Bond Guard would have maybe served the game. Like the pressure was the main issue in that game. I didn't have the Bond Guard, so I learned my lesson. So one of the things is if there's an enemy hero has a lot of pressure, if you're playing Wraith King, then Bone Guard is a better choice. So like that, it depends on what hero you're playing. Like every hero has two faces. Some heroes just one facet is the good thing. For example, if you're playing Spectre, Spectre, no matter what enemy hero, yeah, the twist the knife is the best one for Spectre. This is the best facet for Spectre. This the other one does partial damage to enemies and applies Spectral Dagger. This one reality also casts Spectral Dagger on the target and decrease cooldown, has a decreased cooldown. So this one is the most used. Decrease cooldown is better. Okay, and that's it for this video. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. So if you want to counter item, just look for the heroes that you're playing against and look for Dota buff and Dota 2 protector. Just copy the items quickly and you see like why is this useful. For example, sometime let's say, let's give a specific example. Let's say there's a phantom assassin there. Phantom, you are playing a phantom assassin. You should build like you can build the Silver Edge and Monkey King Bar. These are very powerful against phantom assassin and also blade mail and everything. That one usually you don't build for most of the heroes. But if there's phantom assassin, you need that. If there's a spectre, you need the um, spectre. If you're playing against the spectre, playing against the spectre, okay, so here they don't have it. Sometimes different, but most usually you will see if there's a place playing against a spectre, probably there be some items like I think as a writing you don't even care that much, but this silver edge is good, but some people don't even care for the spectre. They care for the BB, I guess, but they're not much for spectre. Okay, so depends. Everything depends on what enemy hero is. And that's it for this video. See you guys on my next video.